What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Brandon. This is Andrew. Brad is back with us again, and we are doing Why We Love Bloodsport. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are doing Bloodsport. Why We Love Bloodsport today. Probably one of the most manliest movies ever.
I would think so, yeah.
Like, it's got to be one of the... Like, if you love fighting, martial arts, any of that, just no rules, death, and maybe a little bit of cheesy 80s Mentos commercial style running chases, like foot chases.
If you're a fan of montages,
even montages,
Yes.
Yeah. If you like montages,
He's right there with Rocky.
Yeah. This is a heavily montaged movie. Sometimes to the point where it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Like it's almost too much.
Yeah, me and Kenny were always singing Stan Bush, and he's all over this.
Yeah. But this movie came out in 88, and with a budget of $1.5 million. They say like 1.5 to 2.3, so it's very, very small. It's a Canon movie, Canon Group. We all love our Canon movies, right? And but box office came at $50 million.
Yeah, one of his biggest.
Yeah, one of his biggest, and for good reason. It's directed by Newt Arnold, and if you want to know where Mortal Kombat came from, and Johnny Cage, pretty much, it's a parody of this character, Frank Dukes.
Put up your dukes, right?
Put up your dukes, and yeah, that's where this came from, Bloodsport, man, and we're gonna talk about it. So let's get into it. You want to do a story?
Yeah, you've got the so-called story of Frank Dukes.
Yes.
He goes AWOL and goes to this kumite that they have every 5 years in Hong Kong.
Yeah, kumite.
And where the best of the best fight. That's basically it. He has some feds come and chase him and try to bring him back.
Because he's AWOL?
Yeah. He's basically doing this to honor his Shidoshi, who taught him when he was a young kid karate. So
he found it was on. Well, he was with a group of kids who were going to steal something, and he decides not to. He doesn't run away.
You cannot steal katana sword.
Yeah, you must earn it.
Yeah, his Shidoshi has a katana sword on display.
Yeah.
Instead of calling the cops, he trains them to be a badass martial artist.
And I guess somewhere along the way, his real son, who was supposed to get the legacy, passes away. Yeah. They don't ever explain that, but he dies. Yeah. So he doesn't see it reasonable to teach Frank the way because he's not his son. But Frank eventually convinces him to do so, and through various trainings and montages and weird split-legged things, torture, where he finally earns the samurai, the katana. It means sword, Japanese sword. Japanese sword.
Shout out to Samurai Cop.
But yeah, he eventually earns that, and he finds himself in Hong Kong, chased by these feds, like you said. And one of them, a very young Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker eye.
Yeah, before the eye wasn't quite as droopy here. It's droopy, but not as droopy. Age does a hell of a thing to us.
Yeah.
Anyway, along the way, he meets what the hell is his name? He was
Donald Gibb.
Donald Gibb. He plays Jackson.
Yeah.
And
you Jackson? You look like a Jackson.
He looks like a Jackson. Ray Jackson. He was in Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes,
right?
nerds.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
I love. Let's get into the things we love about this film. I love the camaraderie between him and Frank.
Yeah.
In this thing, from the video games to the point where the feds are getting ready to take him back, and so he tackles them so he can get away.
Yeah. And it turns into a Mentos commercial.
Yeah.
Which you can't, like, they actually made, I'm like, oh my God, this is like a Mentos commercial. Turns out somebody else thought the same thing, because you can get on YouTube right now and type in Mentos Bloodsport. And
that's fantastic.
And it's the music to this scene.
Come steal the night.
And it's better than the 80s music during this. It's very cheesy. It's very cheesy, uplifting 80s music, like that you would see in a comedy, an 80s comedy, and it makes it feel more Karate Kid than it does a darker, like more adult, dangerous, competition. So it's a really lighthearted scene in a movie. It's like even probably more lighthearted than Rocky.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, this is really cheesy.
Even though it is.
It's funny because the chase scenes between him and the military police, Forrest Whitaker's character and the older gentleman, they're all kind of goofy. I'll just duck behind this car real quick, and then I'll escape them. It's like making a joke of the military.
Yeah, exactly, that too. So,
there's like 80s rom-com music playing.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then the next scene is a guy getting punched in the face and blood flying out.
Yeah, yes. In slow motion.
That's why they call it Bloodsport, kid.
But yeah, the Mentos, the commercial really fits. You guys.
That's great. I'm looking.
So anybody who doesn't know that exists, get on there and check it out. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It fits so. And there's other people that try to do that with other scenes in movies, and sometimes it's okay. But this is the funniest one I've seen. Yeah. I think. Hell, I've even done it in Halloween 5, but with my Halloween 5 video. But yeah, this is the funniest one for sure. Anyway, where were we at? Pros of this movie?
Yeah, pros of this movie.
Dude, the bad guy.
Bolo
Young, dude. Yeah. Holy hell. Chong Li.
Yep.
Dude.
So, WWE needs to watch his performance in this and just the things in the story that take place where he almost kills his best friend, takes his symbol, wraps it around his leg, and fights him with it. I'm like, he is the best heel I've ever seen.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he would totally fit in WWE.
For sure.
That's one reason his character's fantastic.
Well, he won that. He's the one that won. He was the reigning champion.
Yeah.
Did he kill the guy in the finals, or was it just during the last tournament sometime? I can't remember.
Yeah, he killed a guy in the last tournament, and then in the semifinals, the little Chinese guy, he ends up like snapping his neck.
And everybody turns their back to him or whatever, and he's just like, "What? Come on!" Like, you're pussy.
As soon as he's introduced into the movie, you know he's the main bad
100%.
guy. Instant.
Yeah.
His eyes are always as big as saucers. He's always
brick doesn't hit back.
Yeah, his lips are tighter than a butthole. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's the bad. You know, as soon as they show Bolo Young, he's going to be the last guy that.
He's so jacked.
In the Kumite.
He's one of my favorite villains of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I
agree.
Yeah. I agree. He it's so funny because I could see where they got so much inspiration from this movie in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Because to me, Bolo is like Liu Kang. Is so Liu Kang.
Yeah.
But just more jacked and obviously evil. Not a bad guy, but
he's Liu Kang with Shao Tsung's personality.
Absolutely.
It's juxtaposed.
Absolutely. And that's awesome. Which I'm a very big Mortal Kombat fan. So yeah, pay respect.
I like a lot of the city shots in this, especially the one, where he's having doubts and they do another one of those montages, but he's sitting split-legged up over during the daytime and going through all his motions. And my wife, of course, is like, why would that be there? Amy's got to ruin everything.
I know Amy's just ruining everything up here. Man.
But I'm like, stop, just stop. This is an awesome shot.
Let me really appreciate this game moment in the cinema.
The setting is Hong Kong. Is it? Or sorry, it's not Hong Kong, or is it?
It is Hong Kong.
It is Hong Kong. Yeah. Okay, was it shot on location? Do you know?
Yeah,
I think so.
Whenever who's the little guy who's representing them and getting them
Lin.
Yep. Whenever Lin shows up and he's saying, "Well, you're stepping out of Hong Kong now into mainland territory," and they're showing all the houses and all the apartments. He's like, "You're stepping into the wall." Those shots,
were wild. Yeah.
It's a culture shock, and they're great looking. They're interesting.
Oh yeah, it's so awesome. Yeah, and how high they are, and right up against the city street, and then they cross. He's like, once you cross into that threshold, it's off limits. It's dark. You're on your it's basically it's dangerous.
Right. Yeah. He's like, don't be fucking around.
Right. Exactly. And you go down, and they go down that alley. It's dark. And it leads into the Kumite,
which is hilarious, and because. This movie does this well. There's really, really dark scenes and dark elements to this movie, but there's a lot of comedy cut in too. Yeah. He's like, all right, when we step into this area, don't fuck around. Yeah. And they get to the door of the Kumite, and Jackson's like 3 foot taller than anybody else.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And Lynn says, like, these are my guys, and the guy goes, USA.
Okay, USA.
Yeah, okay, USA. But I mean, he sets it up for you could die here, and then the next scene, okay, USA.
Okay. It's great.
There's a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah. So, any other pros you want to talk about?
So I want to talk about. I'm going to get on a high horse for a little bit. I used to love old school UFC. I think I've talked to you about this.
Yeah.
When UFC first started, when everybody wasn't this hybrid, boring fighter that everybody is now, that all, which is smart.
Like the Ken Shamrock, Frank Severn days? Or Yeah.
So when there was a clash of styles, and this movie does that so well, you've got this African fighter who's jumping around against a sumo wrestler.
Dude, that crawling around like a monkey and shit, that was wild. Yeah, I like the different styles.
Yeah, I love that. That makes this movie for me.
Yeah. I like all the different styles these guys use.
And I can't watch this without going, man, I hate current UFC. But yeah, that's a big part.
It definitely foretells that though, like the establishing of the UFC and all that shit.
Yeah,
like it really does.
We can talk more about Frank Dukes, the actual human being Frank Dukes, instead of the character towards the end of this. But
he was the choreographer.
Yeah. All of the action scenes in this movie, some of them are slowed down. Some of it's fast-paced action, but they're all pretty to look at.
Yeah, they're all shot well.
Great. Yeah,
absolutely.
The choreography is fantastic. And the action scenes are fantastic.
I'm wondering because later on Van Damme choreographed his own scenes. I'm wondering how much he actually learned from Frank Dukes as far as how to frame a fight scene. Because you look at Van Damme movies, and Seagal movies are great, but like Van Damme when he's kicking somebody or punching, they all look really good. Right?
Yeah, they got him in good spots to it's really good.
Yeah, if you could even slow those down and look at them more, but there's a scene where a guy's got this really unorthodox fighting style, and Van Damme does a kick, and then you watch him you can see him analyze in real time and take 3 little steps back during the fight.
Oh yeah,
and it's
kind of like crab walks back.
Yeah, he crab walks backwards.
Yeah.
It's the choreography. I can't praise it enough.
Yeah.
As far as fighting movies go, it's done like a video game.
Yeah.
It translated so well, being the inspiration for Mortal Kombat.
Absolutely.
The choreography translated so well.
Yeah.
You can take some of these scene for scene and be like, well, I've seen that before.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's in Street Fighter. That's in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of the fighters, did you guys notice Tong Po in this? The actor who plays Tong Po? He's the guy who Bolo Young breaks his leg.
Oh, okay.
He's got the hair.
Yeah, splinters out.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh,
okay.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was gonna say for pros. The choreography is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. This movie has your attention from pretty much the beginning, even through all the goofy shit. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good movie.
Yeah.
With that said, let's talk about some of the cons. I do, we were making fun of the Mentos thing, and I do think those are a little out of place.
Yeah.
I like the comedy you mentioned earlier where you got this dark and sinister moment, and then all of a sudden, hey, USA, and there's with the video game, I like that because you have a minute to relax for a second, and you can build bonds between those characters. So Jackson and him bond over a fighting video game. I thought that's different. I like that. And again, that's also kind of ironic because what leads to Mortal Kombat,
right? And
I think that's cool. But yeah, the running, the chasing, some of those goofies in the music. It's a little much for me.
Me being a total 80s fan, I enjoy those. But
here's the thing.
I can see where it'd be a con for a lot of people.
It's not, and me, I love camp, I love cheese, and I love 80s. It's not that I don't love that stuff. I feel like I like them when they belong better.
Right.
When they actually belong better. I love that. Even if it's cheesy, even if it's corny. I love old 80s. God, I love Teen Wolf, man. Like those really cool ass 80s movies that I grew up on.
We probably need to cover that at some point.
We do, yeah. And in the second one, even though a lot of people don't like it, with Jason Bateman, there's things that I can. There's a lot of it's nostalgia, but I can since I grew up with it, I can say I liked it. It's whatever.
Yeah.
This here, those are the only things that I really hated about this movie. It's just like, God, this is so goofy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you. I don't hate them. I think they're slightly out of place.
Maybe that's strong for saying I hate them.
Yeah. I think they're a little bit out of place in the context of things because the Kumite is so high stakes. Like, there's a scene between the military agents that are sent there to bring him back because he's supposedly such an asset, to the United States military. They don't want him to get hurt in this Kumite. There's a scene right before the last round of the Kumite where
the MPs are waiting for him.
Yeah, the MPs are waiting for him right outside the Kumite. They found him. They're going to capture him before the Kumite and make him go home. And the Hong Kong agent says, "All right, boys, get him." And two guys jump out of the shadows. Just two guys are supposed to stop.
Yeah,
take down a finalist.
Take down a finalist. Yeah.
Yeah, of course he makes short work of all of them.
Yeah, he hits one of them in the face with a duffel bag.
Yeah.
Kicks the other one and shuts a gate behind him.
Yeah.
With his foot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, if this is all the Hong Kong military has to stop Van Damme, he might take over the whole country if they're not careful.
And the MPs are just like, oh, well, I guess we can't really stop them.
Yeah, we might as well watch the show. They actually go in afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, well,
and they cheer them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they want them back in one piece.
So that relationship was just, it's a little goofy.
It's weird, yeah.
It's a little goofy. And I hate to be too hard on him because he's a child actor, but the child actor that plays Frank Dukes in the beginning.
Oh, this is my biggest con.
Yeah, his dialogue is terrible.
Yeah.
I come here to learn not to be punching bag.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Even some of the, like when he goes to save his teacher's son, just the stance he's in, that kid does not know what he's doing.
No.
So a lot of times when I watch this movie, I will fast forward through this 12 minutes.
Yeah, because where everything is so pristine over here, it's so weak right here.
Yeah. The first 12 to 15 minutes is really weak.
Yeah.
You can fast forward through it, honestly.
Yeah,
all you need to know is that Van Damme's character and some of his buddies broke into the house to try to steal a sword, and Van Damme felt bad about it whenever he got caught.
Yeah.
And his punishment was to be trained
Yeah.
to be this badass.
Yeah.
That's the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, and he's going to the Kumite because he's AWOL'd the military because it's Kumite time, and he's doing this because he wants to honor
his Shidoshi.
Yeah.
And that's literally all you need to know. It's nothing bigger than that. Everything else starts right then and there, and that's where the movie is good.
Yeah, if you start the movie where he gets off the plane in Hong Kong, from there on, this movie for me is.
And you know what? There's been other movies out there that with lesser backstory that you could fill that in a sentence on a black screen and some titles.
And I'm surprised Cannon didn't.
Yeah, exactly. And then you could just have him getting off the plane there, but they decided to add to the movie by adding this extra 10, 15 minutes of backstory, which is whatever, but it's you could have cut that out. And just did flashbacks because they did flashbacks and montages anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
But the dubbing, you lose American asshole, like all that stuff.
I find that dubbing a little bit endearing, I'm going to be honest. just because it takes a lot of its influence from older Asian martial arts movies.
Yeah, right.
I can see that, I guess.
Like Samabola Young's dialogue, I'm pretty sure is, or if not all of it, is dubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it as a huge con just because it is taken from its influences,
Right.
from the genre that's come forward. So.
But one of the biggest bugaboos, me and Brad were both talking about it. At the end of the movie, there's this text as he's standing there, and it's talking about all of Frank Dukes' stats.
Yeah.
He was apparently in 2 kumites because they're 5 years apart.
Yeah.
75 and 80, and it says he fought in 329 fights. Which we see him fight in maybe, 7 or 8 in this movie?
Yeah.
So you're saying he fights 165 roughly times in each one of these?
Or are these exhibition matches outside of the Kumite as well? Or
Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm thinking much like his ego, these numbers were super inflated.
Yeah.
You were talking about the kicks.
And he's obviously undefeated in his career.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, undefeated. Yeah, it's really just a big ego stroke.
Yeah.
The very last scene of the movie, because they talk about all Frank Duke's supposed accomplishments. And I don't know, the choreography is great, but just because you're a great choreographer doesn't mean you're the biggest badass in the world. However, that being said, I've thought about this. It is almost a joke how good Frank Duke says he was. And supposedly, this is based on his true life story, regardless of if any of that's true, we did get this movie out of his bullshit story.
Let's just say, like, somebody at Canon was like, well, "This is insane.
Right?
This guy's crazy.
Yeah,
but this would make a good fucking movie."
Yeah.
And they're like, let's make a movie out of this crazy
We
shit.
made Ninja 3 the Domination. We can make this.
Exactly. So let's do it. And they did, and it turned out well.
And the biggest compliment of all for Van Damme, I can say, is he took somebody who's supposedly like this huge asshole, everything you read about Frank Dukes, and made him completely endearing.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, super. And we didn't mention also the love interest.
She's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, she's
pretty. But like just what
I thought
she's a reporter.
I thought some of her dialogue was fairly intelligent.
Yeah. And she's always there in the background taking notes during the Kumite. So.
Right. Yeah. She was trying to get in for the longest time because she's there to do the story for whatever reason she wanted to do the story, and she has to find her way in. After having a night of passion with Frank, she decides to sneak in with one of the wealthy men of Hong Kong instead, posing as an arm candy piece.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden she's just there. That was the only time she was an arm candy. Now then all of a sudden at the end she was just there with the MPs.
Yeah. Well, she'd gone to the police. My friend's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So maybe she was there with them because of that.
Yeah. But then they all decide, well, since our really, really shitty effort to capture this guy failed, we're weak plot point. We're just going to go ahead and cheer him on. Yeah. Hey, now, so we're going to 100% back.
You
this
win,
guy.
Frank.
Yeah, you win, Frank.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, let's be friends.
Yeah, I thought the female love interest in this movie, I thought she was good.
Yeah.
She's all right.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? Good. Let's rate this thing.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and
rate it. What do you guys think?
I can't go any higher than 4 because just the acting, it's so.
It's and then the music, the Mentos stuff.
But I think as far as a fighting movie, I think this is it.
The legacy, what sprung out of this movie, I feel like what came from this movie. It's
4 out of 5 all day.
100%. Yeah, a strong 4.
Yeah. What do you got?
I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's right up there.
Yeah.
There's 15 minutes
of hogwash.
Of hogwash in the beginning. I think it's pretty solid all the way through. And just the influence that it had on culture moving forward. Yeah. Whether or not people realize it was massive.
No, yeah, I do agree. I do agree. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And for me, it's
you could really excuse all the goofy shit and the bad 15 minutes of backstory, and it is a solid movie.
Yeah, and I do want to state that the backstory itself is not bad. It's well written. I think it makes sense.
It's just executed.
It's just executed really poorly.
Right. Yeah, and it's what would you say as far as all the canon movies, all 1 billion of them that they made? What would you? This is probably
top 3.
Top 3. Yeah. It's got to probably rank up there.
Yeah. And my favorite Van Damme movie of all time.
Yeah,
it's definitely up there for me.
Yeah, it's top 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's up there for sure.
I'm not sure.
We might have to rank them sometime.
Yeah, we will.
With all that being said, what do we want to do next?
I think we all, amongst the 3 of us, decided we wanted to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990.
1990, so, sweet.
We all love that.
We mentioned that earlier, so perfect. Okay, so Why We Love Ninja Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie, 1990. That's what we'll do next. Okay. Everybody in the comments, or everybody, I should say, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of Bloodsport. If you have not watched it, it's on Tubi, and I think YouTube. It's free with ads.
Yeah.
Watch it. It's good, man. It's good. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. Until next time.
We're out of here.